What is going on YouTube? Hit back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at the market, XRP, Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XLM, and if we have time, the S&P 500. Specifically in today's episode, I want to talk about what just recently happened with the market. As you guys know, we saw a big drop of about 15% on pretty much all the cryptocurrencies as we speak. And what's interesting is it seems like they have hit support. We have finally broken through that small support back a couple of days ago, and now we've fallen to regain some support as markets are starting to hit oversold. This is going to be very interesting because this opens doors to new opportunities for investing, what could be a long to the upside. Some people think that the rally to the upside and the rally to all-time highs is not yet just over, so that is what we're going to be analyzing, figuring out whether or not we're going to be continuously headed up to the upside, or is it done, and are we going to head a little bit lower? Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. Follow me on Twitter, CryptoVOfficial, and let's jump right into today's episode. What is going on YouTube? Before we jump into today's episode, I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Pionex. As you guys know, there's some very interesting things happening within the crypto space, and I always love taking on different sponsors that have something new or different to offer, and I do believe Pionex is one of those that offers something very interesting. Now, we have heard of trading bots in the past for cryptocurrency. It's been something that has been talked about a lot, but I found it fairly difficult to access trading bots, to set trading bots up, whether they're actually a legit thing or not. And then Pionex reached out to me and I was like, okay, this is something fairly interesting. So I wanted to share this with you guys, and I want you guys to let me know your feedback as to what you think about Pionex in the comments down below, because I find it fairly interesting and I want to see your opinion on it before I give, or after I give mine. So as you guys can see, I do have Pionex pulled up right now. Basically, it says it's the automated crypto trading bot, the world's first cryptocurrency exchange with inbuilt trading bots. So we've heard about exchanges, that's new, but now, or that's old news, but now we have inbuilt trading bots throughout or within an exchange, and I find that fairly interesting. So you can see right here, Pionex has been operating safely for over a year. They're licensed, things like that. Free 12 inbuilt trading bots, very interesting. And they have a whole bunch of information on Medium, Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, Telegram. They have all these different contacts. You can see if I pull up the Medium one, what it is that they're referring to, Pionex Quantifier Trading. So they do have some very interesting news just about Pionex, which is pretty interesting. Bunch of articles. Otherwise, what I noticed too, I want to kind of figure out how exactly to set up this trading bot while you guys are watching. They were able to send me a few different things that could hopefully help us out as we move forward. You can see right here, it just, a slideshow, I guess. It talks about basically some key points within Pionex's system and how things work, especially within their Moonshot Grid Bot platform. A better solution to hodl your Bitcoin, laddering, buy and sell automatically, never shaken by a volatile market. That's what's very interesting. They show you how exactly to do this. Pionex Grid Trading Bot range from 10K to 100K, 150 grids. Shows you how exactly you can create this trading bot, and that's very interesting. To have something trade for you almost seems quite interesting, but based on market trends and market analysis, there are key indicators that are fairly similar, and just by using some sort of bot simulation, it may actually help benefit by capitalizing off these runs. So do not all in with your investment using the Moonshot Grid Bot. They say to use about 10% of your funds that you have, a very small amount just to test around with the exchange. So that's pretty interesting. And then you can see it talks about spot futures arbitrage bot. That's another very popular bot that they have. Fits several market conditions. They talk about a lot of stuff like that. Smart Trade. Pionex was founded in Singapore in 2019. Binance broker and custody. You can see basically you would go onto trade, and then right over here they show the grid and spot futures arbitrage. These are, I guess, the two most popular trading bots that they have on their platform. And then I guess by clicking create, we can then go into creating one. All right, so now that we have this open right now, it shows you the price range, USDT, profit per grid, investment. So I have about, I think, $1,000 in here currently. It says backlisting, annualized return over 7 days is fairly high, but let's see how this works. I'm not gonna do that. Minimum balance run this group bot is 396. Okay, so let's create that to 400 of the $1,000 we have in the account. 400 USDT we're using of the 1,000. So we're going to create this bot and test this out and see how this goes. And then maybe in the next couple of days, we'll come back and see whether or not this is actually something to invest in or use in your portfolio, especially if it makes money. Next thing is I want to set up this spot futures one right here. This says funding fee, available balance. So I guess there's a small limit, 89 required USDT. So we'll do another, let's say 400, so we can keep it even and compare the two against each other and see which one's more profitable. So I'm going to create this one as well. And now we created two. I guess it's literally that simple to create this. And I find it fairly interesting. So now I guess let's just see how exactly this works. I want to switch this. I love dark mode on all these, but we have two now open. So we have grid trading bot and we have a spot futures arbitrage. So I'm going to link both articles in the description down below so you guys are interested in learning about these different types of trading bots, both of those, the ones we invested in. And we're going to leave this like this, and I'm not going to touch it, and we're going to see how these work. I'm investing my own money into the account, $400 in each. I'll be the guinea pig, so, that's fair warning. I'm the guinea pig in, creating this thing, and let's see how exactly this works, and we'll touch on this in the next couple of videos. Otherwise, let's jump right into the technical analysis. All right, guys, so as you can see on the top 10 cryptocurrencies, pretty much everything has hit consolidation. I mean, some cryptocurrencies are still up, like Polkadot, but after that major pump to the downside, it seems like consolidation pulled us back up. We've actually had some pretty major wicks form on some of these cryptocurrencies, and where we opened versus where we closed is fairly similar to the prices, and that's a fairly good sign in regards to what could be reversals back to the upside and swings back to higher, to higher movements. So you can see right now in the top 10 cryptocurrencies, really 3%, 4%, XRP is down 5%. It's really nothing crazy. Yes, in regards to Bitcoin, it did take a big stumble, but I do want to talk about the technical analysis on these coins because I find it fairly interesting and may help us, invest back into the markets right now, especially at these times. So looking at cryptocurrencies, I just want to do a quick walkthrough of all these cryptos. So with XLM, yes, we did see a big drop to the downside. We broke through this massive symmetrical triangle that we were tracking, and we corrected back to the 4-hour moving average. This is our projected goal. That's what we hit. We did start to head a little bit lower than that, but unfortunately it didn't, or fortunately it didn't go all the way down, and we corrected right back up to the top of the 4 hours. This is a good sign. Now, looking at the other cryptocurrencies like XRP, the same thing applies. XRP broke through resistance and supports that really nobody was expecting or anticipating. So we had a support back at 27 cents, and unfortunately we broke through there and immediately corrected back down, but we wicked up just as high within the same day. And if we go to the daily, you can see really what it's showing. Yes, we did slightly close below this support level right here. You can see the channel we're referring to. Some people could consider it moving it like this, others like this. It really doesn't matter, but you can see if we hold support back here, there's a chance we could recover fairly high fairly quickly. What's interesting too is notice a lot of these cryptos were retesting oversold. XLM retested oversold on its 4-hour. XRP got fairly close, and honestly, it probably was oversold when we did retest 24 cents right here. Looking at other cryptos like Ethereum managed to actually fall back down to its bottom support. This is a good sign. I mean, if you ask me, we have an uptrend, we have our bottom support. Not only did we retest the 4-hour moving averages, but we got withheld from this uptrend, and that is a good sign for more opportunities to shoot to the upside. The biggest one and the biggest concern that I had was honestly for Bitcoin. Bitcoin was extremely delicate right now and fragile in regards to where its prices could move to. You can see we were tracking a very interesting symmetrical triangle that was forming here. We have point A, B, C. We have somewhat around D, E. It's a good chance then we corrected lower. What was interesting though is a few interesting key technical analysis indicators that we really had to focus on. So we had a very interesting upwards fractal that was forming where the prices were pretty much channeling inside of from October all the way up to I would say December, end of December. What was interesting is when we broke broke through there, that's when, FOMO took over. And I think the second we confirmed breakout above 24,000 was literally just FOMO investors buying in, and then the market exploded up to the upside, and then we corrected lower. So now what we need to analyze is the current prices and where we're going to be headed to. So that's a great topic to discuss. Ultimately, we have a very interesting point of support that we actually managed to retest. Let me skip that. Boom. So what was interesting was this is a vital support level right here. $29,000 was a vital support for Bitcoin. And we discussed in yesterday's episodes that if we broke through this support level, there was a very good chance we could swing to the downside, and we could swing much lower, much quicker at 22,000. What was interesting is what I've referred to back in the past. Now in 2017, and I'll pull this chart up in a second, let's go to the daily. You can see back in 2017, this rally that we had up to $20,000. If we grab the price from, I would say, let's say here all the way to here, you can see we can grab the movements, the prices. You can see this is considered the bars pattern. So we grab the bars pattern from 2017, and now we're going to apply it to currently where we're trending. So you can see right now, let me get off this, boom. Okay, you can see right now when we move this pattern on top of what's happening right now in 2021, you can see that there is a fairly similar movement that is happening. We just have to move these prices to adjust, for the most part, exactly what's happening. But I can do it like this, just over top, so you guys can understand what is going on. So I'm going to extend this a little higher, pull it down, and you can see for the most part how similar this looks. So originally back here, back in November 25th of 2020, we had the small rally. Understand, I just copied this pattern from 2017 and I'm applying it to 2020, 2021 bull rally. Look at how similar it is. We had this beautiful bull rally to the upside, corrected down. Then we started to move up. Very similar patterns, just like this, headed up higher, had a big wick here, very similar to there, and we continue to pump. Then we had our first big run right here, and then we had a next one, which is right there. And I can move this slightly back. Maybe this will give us a better look right here. It could be like this. It could be like this. I think it's something along the lines of this right here. So we had our original pump, which you saw right here. This is the original pump to the upside. Then we corrected downwards, which is just like that. Then we headed up higher, and then we are falling just like this. So right now we just fell down to here. Yes, the markets did eventually decline lower, and this could have been the peak, and we may not see $41,000 for a long time, but ultimately there's still possibilities of correction and making profit off these swings. So really what I'm looking for right now is the possible reversal to the upside, also considered a bear trap. So basically, what did I just do? A bear trap, you can see, is when the prices fall much lower, we have a reversal candle here, and then we swung back up higher. And that's ultimately what I'm looking to see within Bitcoin and these other cryptocurrencies. This is almost looking like that hammer doji that was just referenced, and that could honestly swing this market back up. There's a clear resistance here at 31.871. So if we manage to breach that support, if we manage to breach through this resistance and become a support, there's a good chance we could start to see the prices rise just a little bit higher. You can see on the 4-hour here how beautifully we retested this and then swung up higher. If we manage to breach that resistance, we can continue to head up. But all these cryptos retested, oversold, and they all found some sort of support to hang on to, and then, decided to take off. So all these cryptocurrencies look good. They look very interesting. I wouldn't recommend buying into the markets just this second. I'd give it today just so we can figure out the exact pattern of movement. So if we manage to wait and we see the prices actually start to stem a little bit higher, because this could have been the opportunity of a reversal here, and now we start to swing back to the upside, there's a good chance we could recover from this and retest some prior highs that we had up to 31 cents on XLM and some higher prices on the other cryptocurrencies. We just have to understand that this is a very, very, very big signal for a lot of people. Once we saw this small correction to the downside, a lot of people got spooked and a lot of people thought the markets were ending. And there's a opportunity, or how would I word it? There's a small chance that we could see these markets continue to head lower, but I do think there needs to be a small recovery right now. So that the fact that we hit the 4-hour oversold does give us opportunity to head up a little bit higher, and then eventually we'll swing lower. But within these small movements, we can obviously capitalize off them by shorting the market or buying in long and leveraging to the upside. Otherwise, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. If you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, as this does help support the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.